This is Morten from I.C.E reporting here, second day from Printing United in Las Vegas, and Paul from Standard Finishing. So good to see you again.
Good to see you again, Morten.
I mean, Standard Finishing seems always to be like one of the major exhibitors at Printing United, and you have so much gear to show, right?
Yes, we do. We work hard at bringing the new technology to this exhibit and this show, and we have a few new products here that on the stand today that we'd like to show you and talk to you about.
Yeah, but I am so eager to learn because I know that this machine was unveiled at Drupa, but I was apparently too busy to see this. So now you have the opportunity to teach me something, right?
Yes.
So we're talking about the BQ series, and for people who don't know what the BQ series is, what is the BQ?
The BQ has multiple models in that series. There's a single clamp, which is the new BQ300, and goes always up to the BQ500 multiple 4-clamp binder, which is on the other side of the booth here.
But it's for perfect binding, basically.
That's correct. It's a perfect binding unit. It's Horizon's been a long time perfect binder provider. For for decades actually, and we're very happy to have a new model here in the BQ300.
And I guess when it comes to binders and like this one, you know everything that is worth knowing about it, right?
I think I do, yes. It's been around them for 30 years, so I have a little bit of knowledge on that, yes.
We look at something that has obviously a quite little footprint, a small footprint, right? Which is super nice because you said that even though it's a very capable machine, it's still like a kind of an entry level, right?
That's correct. That's correct. It's for medium to low to medium volume perfect binding production. Very small footprint, as you mentioned. Single operator operation on the binding. Today we have it configured in line with an HT 300 3-side trimmer as well. However, most commonly it's with standalone because it's product set in volume. It's uses a standalone machine.
We're going to talk about the machine a little bit in details in a second, but one of the things that I'm curious about, if you look at the trends in the industry, I mean, everybody talks about automation. Everybody talks about that it's more and more difficult to get employees and labor in general, right? I mean, this machine, you said that it addresses some of these issues, right?
That's correct, yes. It has, its predecessor, the BQ270, had addressed some of those issues, but Horizon has gone ahead and actually lifted up another level of automation, actually with a new touchscreen, making it more user-friendly for the operator to go from job to job, increased speed of changeovers from thicknesses from one to the next, and then an added level of security with cover-to-book block matching, so that the finished product is matching if you're doing variable data, as well as no waste or limited waste on that aspect as well.
I can't help think about also because you mentioned that even though it's a single clamp machine, it is still pretty fast in my opinion.
That's correct. Yes, it maintains its 500 cycles per hour, depending on the operator. You know, the efficiency of the operator. But
if you operated minimum 500, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. At least for a few minutes.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, for a few minutes, right? Yeah, fantastic. So let's just take a look at it from the beginning. So, so what do we see here?
So here we have, this is the where we load the soft covers that we do bind the book to. Has inline scoring, and again, all that sets to thickness automatically from the operator. And then we also have our EVA tank that has a dual drum system that keeps the high quality of the perfect bound book. And then as we go through here, this is the operator station here that loads the book blocks one at a time. We do have the capability, if needed, to put a robot arm to feed it automatically as well, which was shown in Drupa.
Is that the same robot arm that you have on some of the other machines, or?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
but
very
of course
similar.
Modified with software.
Different programming. For the movement.
And if we take the book block here, let's take this out here.
Yep.
Basically, some of the things you mentioned is that the QR codes. I don't know, are they called QR codes still, or?
They're 2D barcodes.
2D barcodes,
yep. And that we use that 2D barcode system. If we're running very short run variable data, we'll put the same barcode on the cover, and then as the operator scans it and the cover feeder scans it, we make sure it's a match before the book is made.
So that of course gives a higher productivity for the owner of the machine, of course.
That's correct, and higher security for making sure that in certain marketplaces where the book block and the cover need to match each other, where they're very personalized.
Okay, so this book block, of course, is inserted here in the clamp, and then it's
processed over here and glued. It's milled first, treated the spine, and it's glued, and then the cover's applied. And then one unique thing about the Horizon binders, we hold the book block back to the operator before we release it.
Okay.
That gives them curing time of the hot melt adhesive, so that when it delivers the book, it's much harder and gives you much higher quality.
You say hot melt. Is it hot melt only, or is it also PUR? Or
we have a PUR version in the BQ280. This machine specifically is only EVA.
okay, but I think that if people are worried about that, I think that today the EVAs are way better quality than in the old times.
They have
right?
improved quite a bit, yes,
Yeah,
the binding strength, especially for different substrates.
And with this book block, then of course, this is trimmed, right?
That's
but
correct.
This is an example of what comes out of it, right?
That's correct, that's correct. And it has very defined scoring on the hinge and also on the cover, so you give you a nice square finished product on the spine.
So how is it selling these machines? Is it great?
It's actually, we are on back order right now, but we had some good response from Drupa as well, and we have several of them on order from Horizon, and we will be delivering this roughly to the end of the year and then also into the first quarter.
Okay, I was jumping a little bit because I was curious about how the market was going on, but we also have to talk about the screen, of course, right?
That's correct.
Because you mentioned that it's a bigger screen.
It's a much larger screen. And it also allows us to put more information on each page of the screen, so it's easier for the operator to see what needs to be done. Yeah. And a little bit different is we putting the menu on the side here versus the top, but much more user friendly and all again touchscreen as well.
And again, I mean, because the demand of automation, of course, a lot of things can now be handled directly from the software, right?
That's correct. That's correct. We have a barcode scanner, so if they are doing a variable book of one, you can also set the job up through the barcode scanner as well. If it's just thickness only change, then we do it through the caliper over here. So very, very quick. It doesn't slow down the productivity if you are changing thickness of the book from book to book.
That's super nice.
Yep.
Okay, now we have the conveyor that goes into the trimmer, and we're not talking so much about the trimmer today, but what we're talking about is Horizon's I.C.E or IoT tool, right?
That's correct. Yeah. That's correct.
Why is that important for a printing company?
Well, what that does is we include it now with all the Horizon products, but what it allows it to do is gives a very quick reference point to the customer of production, so over performance here. This gives us a percentage of how well the machine's performing when it's in a ready mode, so it gives a snapshot for the production manager to see how the operator is doing with the equipment, but also gives over here, it gives an indication of maintenance levels. So as the machine creates more cycles and the count goes up, it'll indicate to the operator either through a smiley face in the green or a frown face through the red, saying that, hey, we have to have some maintenance things looked at. So it's really a tool to keep uptime, maximize that, to keep uptime on the machine as they use it in production.
As far as I remember from iGas a couple of years ago, when we had a chat with one of your Japanese colleagues about I.C.E, there was like a free version and then there was like paid versions of I.C.E, right? So is that still how it is, or?
That is still how it is. Yeah. The basic, which gives you all these features that I spoke about,
is
included for free.
Yeah.
There's two more levels above that, is what we call automation and enterprise. Yeah. And automation actually takes JDF information and basically translate it for the machine to understand, so we can set up the machines through JDF. And then through enterprise, we can also introduce job scheduling and so forth. So it brings it to another level.
Okay, so basically the great thing about having this as a free thing included with the purchase of BQ300 is basically gives you a production overview on a screen that is very simple to overview, so you can monitor that you're as productive as possible.
That's correct, and also monitor when the maintenance is required.
And the maintenance, of course, important.
In addition to that, it has a KPI feature where you can actually compare how you're producing compared to other users of the machine.
Really? Okay, so that is like anonymous data from all the users used as an average, basically.
That's correct. Yeah, it's all cloud-based system.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. Yep. Paul, great talking to you.
Okay, thank you, Martin.
It was fun.
Appreciate it.